Hi, today I'd like to tell you about the Dharma Code, an ancient system for making powerful decisions in our life. Decisions or choices aligned with our purpose. The Dharma Code was previously used by kings of ancient India to make powerful decisions. Now, if we make a decision in our life, it'll affect us, it'll affect those around us, our family, our friends. But a king or a queen, if the decisions that they make would affect an entire kingdom, maybe hundreds of thousands of people, perhaps even millions of people. So the sages or rishis of India understood that the quality of decision making of a king or a queen was paramount. And so they developed this ancient system known as the Dharma Code. The Dharma Code is basically 4 principles: truth, purity, non-violence, and discipline. In applying these 4 principles together, something incredible happens. Dharma manifests in our life. Dharma is what brings out our full potential. It's right action, thoughts, words, and actions that have the quality to bring out the very best in us. Now, truth, purity, non-violence, discipline, these 4 words are actually just sutras. A sutra, the word sutra in Sanskrit means tip of a thread. So I guess if I take a modern analogy, let's think about a roll of sellotape. If I have a roll of tape, it's sometimes very difficult to find the end of it. Put it into the light with your fingernail, you look for the end of it, and it can be a little bit difficult. But once you've found that end, you can unravel that sellotape and you can use it for whatever you want to use it for. So in ancient India, they didn't have sellotape. So they used the analogy of a roll of thread. If I have a spool of thread and I can locate the tip, I can then unravel it and it'll extend for maybe 100 yards. So truth, purity, non-violence, and discipline are just the tip of the thread. And we then unravel that in our own life and see what journey it takes us on. But the sages or rishis have given us that tip, that sutra. They've given us some indication of what truth is, some indication of what non-violence, purity, and discipline are. So in the next video, we'll have a look at each one of those. But for now, I just want to tell you a little bit about the Dharma Code itself. These 4 principles need to be applied simultaneously. Usually, if we're faced with a difficulty, what we do is we immediately go for discipline. We put as much effort as we can into resolving a particular problem that we might have. But if our effort is not aligned with truth, if our effort comes from an impure place, if our effort is violent, it actually only accentuates or increases the problem that we're faced with. But if our efforts, if our discipline is aligned with truth, if it comes from a pure place, if it's non-violent, then by applying the 4 principles of Dharma together, something quite magnificent happens and we awaken our full potential. We begin to act, think, and speak in the very best way that we can. So this ancient system is just as useful and powerful today as it was thousands of years ago. Decisions are so important in our life. We put a lot of effort generally into increasing our skills or increasing our knowledge, but not so much into improving the quality of our decisions. But at the end of our life, when we think back over the course of our life, what will stand out most clearly in our memory are the series of choices we have made. The Dharma Code is an ancient system for making sure that these decisions that we make are powerful and lead to the best possible outcomes.